Today's haul includes a Native American miniature, a $300 lamp, and my favorite floral arrangement. If you have any information about any of the pieces I show, please share it in the comments. Up first is my favorite floral arrangement. I just love everything about this piece, from the rusty bucket to the beautifully proportioned flowers. I'm not completely sure what the flowers are made out of. I'm assuming clay, but they are so realistic and perfect. All of the flowers and leaves are on wire stems, so they're repositionable. I just love the contrast between the beautiful flowers and the rustic bucket. This one is a mystery to me, so I would love any insight on what this is. It's a small porcelain thing, and it has two holes in this little round part that fills a hole on the top. It's about a ½ inch long, and from this angle it kind of looks like a little smiley face guy, like maybe a mustache man with two eyes and a big nose. We all know what this is. This is a leather saddle. The design is really simple, but it has some great details like a buckle, and all of the connections are metal rivets, which reinforces them, so it's a nice sturdy piece. I feel like it's a bit big, so I'm not really sure if it's 1/12 scale. It would really take a big fat horse to fill this. But I really like the color, and I think it's a good piece. These are some really beautiful glass paperweights. They're all 1/12 scale, and I really love the range of colors and patterns. I don't know if you've ever seen someone make a cane out of polymer clay, but I imagine this is the same kind of process, because it looks to me like the pattern would be in a long log type thing, and they just cut slices and round them off. Some of you may recognize this piece. I did a YouTube short where I transformed wire wicker furniture with paint, and this is one of the pieces I painted. This sofa used to be white, and I also made a leather cushion for it to further modify it. This is absolutely beautiful. This is one of my favorite lamps. It's not my favorite lamp I own. I will show you that in the future, but this is my second favorite. It's made out of bronze by Artisan Gem Pounder. I love the tulip shades. I love how it looks when it's off and when it's on. It's just so pretty and so well made, and I really love virtually everything Gem Pounder makes. Just imagine this sitting in a dollhouse. I wish I had a dollhouse, and I wish it was fancy enough to hold this lamp. This is either ceramic or porcelain, but I love this little owl because it reminds me of Hedwig from Harry Potter. I think it's nicely proportioned and really cute. It could be used as a real animal in a miniature scene or as decoration on a shelf. It's really cute. This is a metal miniature. It's I believe, a flintlock pistol, but I don't really know anything about guns. I really like all the details on it. I have a Dollhouse Miniature display case, so it's a table with a glass top, and I think this gun and a couple other items would look really good in that table. This has to be the simplest little bird ever. I believe it's made out of a mixture of colors of clay that are just twisted, and only the beak and the eyes are painted, but I'm not really sure. It is teeny tiny, and maybe I will make one of these someday because it's so simple. I think I could replicate this. I have a couple small brass bird cages, and maybe I'll put it on a perch in there or just let it be free in a garden. Just for some contrast, this is a mass-produced town square miniature cardinal. It's made from resin, and the details are a little bit bulky, but it's still a cute bird. I'm pretty sure these are Krisenbahn hats from their Hall Tree kit, but I'm not entirely sure. They have a pretty wide brim and a really flat top part, which I obviously don't know terminology for hats, so I'm not sure what style this is, but I really like the vibe. Please let me know if you recognize this artisan signature on this very pretty vase. I really love the symmetry of it and the proportions, and I believe the pattern is hand painted with glaze, perhaps. My knowledge for miniature pottery is very limited, so any insight would be much appreciated. Up next is a vintage Native American miniature. This is a piece of leather cut to look like a miniature animal hide with a hand-painted buffalo hunting scene. On the back it is signed, and I believe it says Nancy Poison with an A, from Phoenix, Arizona, 1999. This style of painting is simple, but it's deceptively hard because any mistake would show. I really think it's well done, and I love the turquoise border. Here we have a little bit of pottery, and it's a tiny kitten coming out of the top of a teapot. It's very nicely proportioned. The top doesn't open, but I think this is extremely adorable, and it would look really good displayed on a miniature shelf. I have no idea who made this, so if anyone has any information, I would love to know. These are some of the first miniatures that I really loved when I saw them, and I just imagined making like a 1970s kitchen type thing and displaying them inside. All three of the appliances are made of resin, and they have very simple details, but I don't know why. They just spoke to me, and I really like these pieces. The stand mixer is quite cute. I actually have a yellow KitchenAid, so this is pretty cool. I do really like these pieces, but none of them have cords and electrical plugs, so I plan on adding that to them someday. Even with mass-produced pieces, you can add a little touch or two just to make it look better and make it more special. The blender is especially simple, so I think would look good with an electrical cord and some painting of the buttons to spruce it up. Here is a beautiful vintage bear with hand-stitched details on the face, and it is fully posable. Head turns, the arms move, the legs move. It's not signed, and I don't see any type of identification anywhere, so I have no idea who made this, and I would absolutely love to know. Maybe it's a miniature stiff bear, and I'm sitting on a little gold mine. Who knows? This is another miniature similar to the kitchen appliances that just grabbed my attention because I love this little rubber stretchy cord. It reminds me of being a preteen and stretching all the natural beauty out of the phone cord. Here we have a very beautiful bird figurine. It's depicting a bird in flight. I'm not sure what kind of bird. I don't really know where you would use this. Maybe it would be in your garden. It has a painted patina to make it look like copper, but if you turn it over, you can see that it's actually made out of pewter, and it's very heavy for its size, so it stays upright easily and doesn't just fall over, which I appreciate. It's a cool piece. Let me know what you would do with something like this. I really dig this little bottle of bleach just because it's so perfect and it's not something I would want to make myself. And then I have these little mystery Coppertone products. I have no idea what that means or what that is. This is also strange to me. It says Dell shampoo, so I've never seen shampoo in a toothpaste tube in my life. And for the finish, Geritol in Formula 440. This is a beautiful blown glass piece. It's quite versatile. It could be used as a vase or a pitcher because it does have a handle and a pour spout. I would love to see someone making something like this because I really can't wrap my head around how this would be done. And it's actually really sturdy because I dropped this on my stairs and it didn't break, which I was really relieved about. Here's something to capture your imagination. This is a very beautifully hand-painted vintage ladder made out of wood. It functions very nicely and it folds flat for storage, I suppose. It is signed to Sam's, and I can't find this signature in my miniature Maker's Mark reference book, so if anyone knows who this is, I'd love to know. This used to be a functioning lamp. You can see the little light bulb inside of the glass shade, but the cord was cut off, unfortunately, when it stopped working. I'm pretty sure the base is made out of solid brass that's turned on a lathe and carved into this shape, and I really dig the red glass shade. Here's another posable bear, and this one's made entirely out of clay. I don't know who made it, but I actually have two of these bears. There's a piece of wire going through where the arms and legs connect so they can be repositioned. The rounded back and shoulders kind of remind me of Winnie the Pooh, and I think this is a pretty cute piece. As always, let me know what your favorite pieces are and make sure you check out my other videos.